Okay, second video shot for the day. Gonna have a little bit of a go at this one. I read somewhere on Facebook, as I seem to read most of this stuff, somebody made a good point. Look, there you are, all absolutely convinced that you're never going to convince any Tory voter to vote for our plan in Labour. There you are, you're going around, maybe you're canvassing. I don't know if all of you canvassers are doing it this way by any means, but I think if I was going around canvassing, and I'm not doing canvassing, I think, how could I persuade somebody who's a Tory voter to vote Labour? Well, look, here's an online attempt, okay? This is just what I'm going to say online. First thing I'll say to you is this. Do you not think that it is fair in a society that we kind of bear the amount of load on our backs according to how big those backs are? I mean, would you put a huge load on like a little kid and ask that little kid to carry it all the way up that big hill? Or there's a big strapping strong man there with big broad shoulders. Wouldn't it be fairer to ask that man to carry a bigger load up the same hill while the little kid carried a load commensurate to his size up the hill? Wouldn't you think that was fair? Apart from anything, wouldn't you also think that that was efficient as well? Yeah? Surely you could then get sort of lots of loads matched to the size of the individual carriers, and they could all go up the hill quicker, rather than the bloke with absolutely nothing on his back kind of just running up to the top there, getting there really quickly. But actually, if he'd taken a bit more, he probably could have got there as quickly and helped everybody, yeah? And then overloading the poor little kid at the bottom who collapses under the strain. Broader shoulders, surely, even if you're going to vote Tory, surely you'd agree with that, wouldn't you? So this tax burden thing, that's what I'm getting at, yeah? Honestly, even if you're on 80k or over, why would you mind paying a bit more tax? It's commensurate with what you earn. Okay, that's one thing I'm going to say to you. Why would you also find any reason to object to Labour introducing a £10 minimum wage? Now, all right, obviously the Tory party are going to say because of this, because of that, because of the other, because it's not costed and all that lot. Well, actually, look at our manifesto. It has been costed. It will work. And after all, if everybody has paid a minimum wage, won't that create, if you like, more money to go round in the system anyway? Rather than all that money just being kind of held there up at the top. That's another reason you could vote for us. Now, another reason I'm going to give you is one that I imagine everyone's going to give you, and I just mean this really seriously. First, let me tell you, as you probably know anyway, I'm long-term sick and disabled and a carer for my wife. All right? Now, yeah, we all like to caricature you sometimes, Tories. I'm sorry, I do. I do caricature you sometimes. And I imagine you caricature us in Labour as well. I imagine I caricature every single Tory as going, wah, 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 ew, very rich, loads of money, lots of champagne, going to vote for them, yep. And I imagine you probably characterise most of us who vote Labour as kind of working class scroungers, dole-like, layabout, benefit cheap, don't want to work, sick, lame, lazy, unintelligent, never done a day's work in his life, scrounger. I expect that is what we do to each other. It is. Why do we do it? Because caricatures work, don't they, for crying out loud? And the media loves them, don't they? Yeah? They love them, they work, it's just easy to do, isn't it? But let's both think a little bit beyond our caricatures, okay? Do you not think that if you are going to pay people well, then they'll achieve more, they'll do more, they'll get better results because they're better paid, and they'll enjoy what they're doing more. They'll feel as though they're getting back just a little bit more of the fruits from their labour. You know, another thing I'd say to you is that of course we understand that Brexit is a done deal. Please, even Tories, don't let anyone convince you that we don't understand that. Of course it's a done deal. But I think, Tories, that Jeremy Corbyn will be much better to negotiate a good deal for us in Great Britain. I really do. Let me just put that to you really simply, right? How often have you seen Theresa May appear literally in public like Jeremy Corbyn? How often have you seen Theresa May take truly public questions? Another thing I want to say to you too, the one thing that we can offer you in Jeremy Corbyn is a leader who will listen as well as talk. Conversation, unfortunately, or fortunately I'd say, is a two-way thing. This is one way, I'm talking at you, I know. But a conversation or a debate where we listen to the issues is not just one way, it's a two-way thing. Now, by listening carefully, being empathic and responsive, and considering the issues, not just the emotions, I think Jeremy Corbyn is much better to negotiate for our future after Brexit. Look, I've done long enough, all right? I don't know if I've convinced you. Give me a thumbs up if I have. Give me a thumbs down if I haven't, yeah? Maybe we could just both as parties do a little bit of a favour for both of our parties. Let's try and avoid the caricatures, okay? I'll try. I promise I'll try. I probably won't be very good at it, but hey, what about if one of you promises to try as well, eh? Well, see what you think, and goodbye and good night.